Hello, again. I decided to create another stream with another new-ish game. It came out a while ago, but it was just on Steam recently, I believe, called The Floor is Jello. Saw the trailer for this a while back and thought that it looked really good and picked it up on a sale in the Humble store recently. So, here we go. And the intro is kind of weird, but I actually did this, did a little test for the recording, so I've already gone through it, but as you can see, it's kind of trippy and a bit abstract here. And once we get all of those, everything kind of coalesces. It's very pretty. And then finally, there we are. Well, and finally the door after us. This game is really, really nice, really well animated, as you can see. That's because this is, I believe, actually running in Flash. So, rather than having pre-rendered assets, everything is being drawn dynamically as vectors. So I had some trouble getting this to record at full resolution, so this is at a sort of a base resolution, but even when it's blown up to full resolution, everything's really crisp because it's all vectors generated in Flash. That's interesting. You kind of jump off of walls. I see. Timing is kind of tricky. If you jump too soon, you sort of miss that bounce. If you time while coming back up on the bounce, you get a lot of height. And yeah, as I noted before, you can kind of jump off the wall. I guess it's whoops. In addition to being bouncy, Jello is of course very sticky. And except for the spiky Jello. Oh, that's interesting. You can go back and forth between rooms. Not very usual in a linear game like this. It's interesting that kind of odd how the corners deform as well. But yeah, everything's... I mean, obviously the music is really pretty too. There's lots of particle effects on the leaves. Everything is just really, looks really nice in this game, even though it's very simple graphics. It's just very fluid. I'm also using a new setup on my recording, which is pretty simple change, but it just makes it a little easier for me. Before I had my audio for the game and for my microphone recording separately, and for this getting to get the timing just right on this one. There we go. Before I had to spend a little bit syncing up those two audio sources. This is going to be tricky. Huh. Is there another door on this level? Ah! That's interesting. So we have a branching path now. That was a pretty good trick. I had to jump on the floor until it bounced low enough for me to touch the door through the floor. So my new recording change is basically that set both recording programs to the same... Oh. Oh, I can get inside the house. Heh. That's fun. So both recording programs are using the same keyboard shortcut. So I just hit play and they both, or hit record and they both start recording. So that's convenient. Oh, see, I made it across safely, but then I was curious, and indeed, the if you jump on there, the Jello will go down and I'll hit the spikes. Anyway, the house was a nice diversion. Oh, I have to go under? Maybe. Maybe I'm going about this all wrong, but looks like. And does hitting down help me go down further? No. I just have to get the timing very close. Perhaps. All right. Seemed a little difficult. Like maybe there was supposed to be an easier way for me to do that, but never quite sure if games are, if it's supposed to be that difficult, or if I'm making things hard for myself at times. Oh, an elevator. So I guess that's the transition to another section. In this case, underground, with a little frog. Frogs. Plural. And these little structures, the ones down there look like gravestones. So it looks like there's actually some dynamic lighting going on, with everything lighting up as I get closer. And it looks like, yeah, the shading depends on what direction I'm in as well. So that's pretty cool. Forgive me, I'm kind of trying to talk while I play. That looks interesting. Wonder what's up here. No, this doesn't... It looks like that should be an entrance to another area with the different... You can kind of see different background through there, but then you can also see one of those funnel plants behind there, so maybe not. Maybe that's just the background. Maybe it's just the background without the lighting affecting it, making it look darker. So let's try, this looks like a side path, since it was harder to find. Yeah, more frogs. Little gravestones and columns. It's kind of tricky getting in a little space in this game, since, especially since everything is wobbly once you touch it. You'd think, there we go, you'd think being able to jump off the walls it would be super easy to get around, but the walls are also made of Jello, and moving as you jump on or off them. Oh, so that's the next area, but I do want to see where that other area went. So I'm gonna waste a little bit of time backtracking here. I do like to sort of explore everywhere and see if I think I'm going down the main path, try another path. Because we might find some cool little thing like that house. It looks like this is a lot more branches. And more than one elevator. Interesting. Maybe that was a whole side area. Or maybe there's just branching paths. Alright. So let's see what's in here. So I'm also going to try experimenting with some video editing. Downloaded Lightworks, which is a free video editing software. It's a little bit rigid with resolution options, whereas the games have some odd resolutions. Okay. Another elevator. Another area. That's very interesting. But I'm also going to try to see if I can do some... Oh! Oh, that's cool! I can make the... Oops. Didn't even notice it in this first room. Oh! The little circles around the windows show that I've been there. I mean that I have not been there. That's pretty cool. Oops. Well, this difficulty spiked pretty suddenly. There we go. Aha! Is that what we're here for? That's pretty. Aha. And whoops. So I was saying earlier that I am going to mess around with the video editing software. One thing I would like to do is figure out how to fast forward. So I was silent in those backtracking bits before because I was hoping to fast forward through that. I apologize if that was just a lot of boring silence because I, for whatever reason, didn't skip through them. This is pretty interesting and kind of odd that there's already 2 other branches we could have taken. And more branching. This is extremely relaxing music and game, even if there's a little bit of difficulty. It doesn't really feel stressful. Got 2 cloud ribbons. Hoping this will lead us back to where we need to place them. That looks interesting. Remember, the harder it is to get to, the cooler it will be. guess that was just a loop. But we don't have all of the ribbons yet. This may have actually been easier on the way down, or on the way up rather than down. So, more ribbons here, I would hope. No, not quite. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Maybe we need to come at that from another angle. So this, of course, was a door that I passed by earlier when I took the path that I did. It was two paths through the loop. As you can see, these trees were already woken up. I already went through that door. But that doesn't really... Whoops! Doesn't really give us an alternate path to the top. Oh! Huh. Of course. Well, maybe that's not so simple as I thought. Maybe I need to do like I do with the floor, and... Oh, there we go. Nope, I had it and I lost it. Yeah, I need to hit it and then wait for it to push me back out. So that I can get further out. Okay, this is a little less relaxing. Can definitely get further out, but getting vertical speed to climb up is another problem. Maybe... Yes, that was probably what I was supposed to do. Just very calmly climb up. See, I would have gotten up there, and there would have been nothing to do. I would have gone through all that trouble for naught. So, I'm glad I went back and tried the correct way. As, like I was saying before, it's hard to tell if I'm doing... if it's difficult, or if what I'm doing is completely wrong, and that's why it's hard to do. Maybe I should just avoid backtracking and not have to fast forward, because this is actually quite beautiful music. Suppose I could just dub Benny Hill theme over that, over all of the fast-forwarded backtracking and whatnot. And I may have forgotten which way I went. Which way back to the hub where I was going to take these ribbons. Oh yes, this was where I came back. So the door below goes back to the center of the loop. And the door above should take me to the beginning / end. Another elevator. Oh. I see. That returns us... Well, that would explain the branches. Returns us to the cave. And fills in one hole on what I thought was a door. And apparently is indeed a door. So now I'm pretty certain we have to complete each of these 3 areas to open the door. I do like musical interactive elements. That's interesting. Let's see what it does. Ah. Nice, nice. One more, and that is a much better shape. This is fun. But where's the door? Ah. Whoops. Well, it's nice that it gives me a checkpoint when I rotate. Whoops. I have to go 4 ways around again. I'd like to jump straight up, but... There we go. Nope, the corner is bouncing me to the side. Well, maybe I'll try this angle anyway. So always an angle. Looked pretty close. Oops. Yep, getting pretty close here. Close to death. Fortunately, there's a little bit of... Those things are a little bit bigger than they look. A bit easier to hit. I saw something below. Let's try to get that other door. Ah, another house. That's nice. Rigid house on wobbly Jello stilts. Wonder if this guy's just trying to get back to his own house. That was pretty cool. I almost missed that, but I just saw these other flowers in the corner of my eye. I could go back up, or I could try to get to this other door here. Yep, it's not too bad at all. Whoops. It's pretty neat how, at least between... Well, I guess those are really windows, aren't they? Between the windows, everything is sort of persistent. You can just jump back and forth. Oh, I guess that was not the correct thing to do. This should turn and catch us, right? Yep. Although that does result in a lot of jumping back when I meant to jump up. I thought maybe I could catch myself, but I'm not so sure. Well, I can't really get there that way either, so... Seems like I'm touching the wall, but I'm not sure if I can jump in that brief moment. Yep, I think I just need to get over here to rotate again. Whoops, almost had it. Was pretty clever though. Probably saw that on the edge and didn't notice it at the time. But that other spinner. Well, I guess I'm glad I hit the window since I have a new checkpoint. There we go. And here we go to our new window. This seems about right. So I was saying a while back that I might want to wait for the wall to bounce me back when climbing up in a narrow space like, or when climbing outside, but in a narrow space like that it's the opposite. I kind of want to time it so that the wall is not bouncing me. And I'm not sure this is what I wanted to do. Nope. That doesn't really help me either. You know, I'm not really sure what angle it wanted me to be at. Whoops. Let's try this one. Got us here. Maybe the... I think maybe the... that should do it. Sorry if I'm not talking enough, but the music is pretty good too, so hopefully you can enjoy that. There's not too much strategy to talk about here. Back to the quiet cave. Once again, this is just really beautiful and amazing technically and artistically. It's a really beautiful effect, and it's really impressive the way it's done. Just everything drawn dynamically, reacting with little waves every time I touch the walls or the floor. Everything on there just bouncing around. Ooh. That's fun. Gonna have some fun with this, I think. There we go. So we need to get enough momentum to fly up. This is really cool, especially the fish. Whoosh, whoosh. Oh, and then I jump into the spikes after all. So it just works like outside of the water, but of course upside down. Okay, so we need to jump up here, get as much height as we can, drop down and get some more height. Whoops. That was tricky. Now we jump between them to get below. This is really cool. I'm really digging this transferring momentum from one side to the other. Though, of course, it's a little bit disorienting controlling the game in the opposite direction. Whoops, I was almost there too. Maybe I don't have to jump all the way up. Maybe I can just get into that little alcove. It's kind of tricky because I have to get into that narrow space. Again, it's a little disorienting upside down. There we go. Nope, still went too far. So I also seem to not maintain my speed when I'm up against a wall, so you see here I kind of lose that momentum, but It's a narrow space, so it's hard to not touch either wall. There we go. That wasn't so bad. And once again, we build up our momentum, and so we can sort of jump to the side, keeping that momentum again. Oh, this will be... oh, once again, not too bad. Just... or it would not be too bad, except for that, getting disoriented. There we go, much better. Okay, let's rocket straight up. Let's see, I lost a bit of momentum there. Maybe I should just try shooting down to the bottom and seeing what's all the way down there. Whoops, not quite. I can do this. Jump up higher. Oh, there's the elevator. But I do want to see what else is around here. For example, there could be another window to a little jiggly house. But I do not see that. So instead, we'll just rocket back up again. Whoops. Or maybe we won't. And it's been about 40 minutes, so it's about a little longer than I would have liked to make this video. I want to shoot for probably 30 minutes each, so I'm going to be wrapping up in a moment. Once again, thanks for joining me if you did so. This is a very nice little relaxing session with the floor is Jello.